Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at a long-awaited model. Actually, two. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Patch up your battered legions with this pair of surgical space marines. That's right, Horus Heresy finally got some new apothecaries. Space marines are tough as nails and clad in the best armor ever invented, but even they can get injured, especially when fighting Astartes on the opposite side of the Horus Heresy. In fact, so great is the need for on-the-spot surgical skills that apothecaries regularly wade right into the thick of battle to suture war wounds and gather gene seeds from the fallen. Your legion's apothecarian is receiving reinforcements from two newcomers in armor from the later stages of the Horus Heresy. One is a sleek Mark 6 Corvus plate, while the other rocks the studded Mark 5 Heresy pattern. Alright, so not long ago before the last reveal show, I asked people what they were expecting, what they were hoping for the various games, and the overwhelming request that people were looking for Horus Heresy was the Jump Pack Marines, and obviously we got the Jump Assault Marines, and of course the second most common response was the Apothecary. So this is very cool. Obviously this is going to excite a lot of people, and I gotta say right off the bat, I like that there's two of them, especially if you're going to be fielding quite a few of these. You definitely don't want a bunch of the exact same model. Got two different armors, the Mark 5 and the Mark 6, so that is very cool as well. And I'm definitely a fan of these. They got some nice poses to them, good aesthetics. I mentioned it on like one of the recent videos, how it seems like the Horus Heresy armor and like models are getting just a little bit more detailed. One of my issues with Horus Heresy was everything felt like just a little bit generic, a little bit plain. And I understand that was kind of like the appeal, as where like the 40K stuff is just packed. Every inch of like every model is covered with detail or purity seals or whatever. And I think overall Games Workshop is kind of like bringing it together. The models aren't like overly detailed, but they don't feel as plain as they used to before. So two very nice looking models right here. Definitely a fan. I think there's enough detail on them that they look good. You don't have like a bunch of just like flat panels. The actual like poses and models are unique enough that it gives you a little bit of diversity in your army. And you could easily do some like basic like head swaps or arm swaps, something like that, and turn these like two models into countless models. So very cool. These apothecaries are lightly armed, each with a chainsword and their signature narthecium, though fighting is far from their most important duty. By attaching to another unit, they grant the valuable Feel No Pain 5+ skill to their comrades, keeping our legions fighting fit in the face of grievous injuries. So obviously very strong 5+ Feel No Pain for your infantry. Real nice. And again, they add so much flavor to the actual armies and everything. Definitely a big fan of these. Narthecium, a complex dispenser of medical unguents and serums intended to keep even the most horrifying injured space marines combat capable. These often take the form of small pistols or servo arms mounted pressure syringes. All models with the infantry or cavalry unit types in a unit that includes at least one model with the narthecium gain the Feel No Pain 5+ special rule. Units that include more than one narthecium do not stack the Feel No Pain X special rule and gain no additional benefits. Models with the artillery subtype are not affected by the special rule and do not gain the Feel No Pain X special rule. You can take up to 8 apothecaries as a single elite's choice, so you won't have to give up support from Terminators or Dreadnoughts just to bring the field hospital along. Spread them out amongst your troops and laugh in the face of enemy firepower. And there's a note at the bottom that says at least a third of the time anyway. The Apothecarian Detachment Pack contains both apothecaries who are both cast in Forgeworld resin for use in any Legion Astartes army. Look out for more details on their upcoming release next month. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. Okay, so very nice. They're sold as a 2-pack. They are in Forgeworld resin. And like I said, these were definitely like long awaited and I'm real happy to see them hit and also just really impressed with the overall look of them. So they both have like the cloth incorporated, but we have one where it's like all the way up the chest plate as well. Obviously two different Mark armor patterns. Both have like the little vials and like mechanical pieces in different places. Your typical like narthecium arm in a slightly different pose. And obviously we see like the studded shoulder pad on both, but we've got like on the actual leg pieces as well. And then here we see like the apothecary symbol with the skull. Again, both chain swords, but like different poses. And then we see with the shoulder pads as well. This one has like the wreath with the Apothecary symbol, and then this one, the Apothecary symbol with the eagle wings. And then even the backpacks have like a slightly different look to them. So they both have like the light and the sort of like targeting piece right here. And then we see like the light and the little canister on top of this one. Both have like the bionic eye, but on different sides. And then again, obviously very different helmets as well. So I'm curious if they have any other weapon options. Probably not, or like helmet options that are included. I would imagine you could just swap out some like various different heads or weapons if you need to. But definitely impressive. Now we have seen recently that like the individual models have been selling in the Forgeworld resin for like around like 35 to like 45 bucks. So because it's coming in a 2-pack, I'm assuming it's probably going to be somewhere around like 50 or 60 bucks. So yeah, pretty cool. Let me know if you've been waiting on these Apothecaries. I know when I asked last time, this was like the number 2 most common response. So not only are you getting 1, but you are getting 2. That is pretty awesome. But yeah, super exciting for all the Horus Heresy players out there. Let me know down below if you're going to be picking these bad boys up and what faction they're going to be going in. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And of course, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man. And it looks like the Horus Heresy is going to be feeling a little less pain. And I'm out of here.